Amber vanished in 1988. Sienna vanished in 1999, both presumed dead. Then, on her 8th birthday, Midsi Sanchez disappeared too. But Midsi did something the others couldn't. She came back, and she pointed at the man who took her. The home video lasts 47 seconds. On August 12, 2000, 8-year-old Midsi Sanchez sits in her father's arms while relatives clap around her. A cake with candles sits on a table. She smiles once, briefly, toward the camera. What the video does not show is the chain mark hidden under her sleeve. It does not show the Polaroid photographs that a man took of her 2 hours earlier. It does not show the truck driver who pulled her through his window after she jumped in front of his vehicle. The family sings happy birthday because they do not know the truth yet. They think she is merely tired from her ordeal. They have no idea that their daughter escaped a convicted kidnapper less than 120 minutes before the first candle was lit. 12 years before that birthday party, Amber Swartz Garcia played jump rope in her front yard in Panola, California. Her mother was inside the house. The time was late afternoon. A vehicle stopped near the curb. Amber looked up. Then she was gone. No witness came forward with a clear description. No surveillance camera captured the license plate. Her body has never been found. The case grew cold within 6 months. Detectives moved on to other investigations. Amber's mother continued to hand out flyers every year on the anniversary. She kept a bedroom exactly as it had been in 1988. She believed someone would eventually talk. 12 years later, a different girl would escape from a man who would confess to Amber's murder from his prison cell. But that confession would come too late for a funeral. December 9, 1999, changed how Vallejo parents watched their children. 7-year-old Sienna Fairchild left for school at 7:30 in the morning. Witnesses later told police they saw her speaking to a man at a gas station. He was white. He drove an older model car. That was all anyone remembered. Sienna never made it to her classroom. Teachers called her mother by noon. Police arrived by 2 o'clock. The FBI joined the investigation within 72 hours. They searched landfill sites. They dragged a local pond. They interviewed registered sex offenders within a 5-mile radius. Nothing produced a live child or a body. 1 year passed. Sienna was presumed dead. Her mother gave televised interviews, begging for information. Then Midsi Sanchez disappeared 8 months later. 2 missing girls from the same small city. Police began to suspect they were connected. August 10, 2000 began like any other Thursday for Midsi Sanchez. She wanted to skip school. Her mother refused. The birthday party would happen after class. Midsi walked 6 blocks to school with her brother. She sat through math and reading. She watched the clock. When the bell rang, she made a decision that nearly cost her life. She decided not to wait for her brother. The route home was busy. Cars passed constantly. She felt safe. 1 block from her house, she noticed a parked car. A man sat inside. He watched her through his rearview mirror. She kept walking. He got out. He said he had broken his hip in a bike accident. He asked her to reach for duct tape on his floorboard. She leaned into the vehicle. That was the last thing she remembered clearly before the door closed behind her. The man drove for several minutes before speaking. He identified himself as Curtis Anderson. He told Midsi he had a gun in the trunk. He said no one had ever escaped from him. Then he forced her to change into clothes that did not belong to her. The fabric smelled like cigarettes and gasoline. She asked for water. He ignored her. He asked for her address. She refused to give it. That night, he parked at a rest area and covered the windows with blankets. He put a chain around her ankle and padlocked it to the gear shift. He pulled out a bottle of alcohol. He made her drink. Then he showed her Polaroid photographs of naked women. She closed her eyes. He took photographs of her instead. A police car patrolled the rest area that night. Midsi saw the lights. She did not scream. She believed he would kill her. The second day brought a revelation that Midsi would never forget. Anderson drove to a residential neighborhood. He left her chained on the floorboard, covered by a blanket. When he returned, he told her where he had gone. He had walked into the Sanchez family home. He had asked Susana, Midsi's mother, for a missing person flyer. He had said he wanted to help search. Susana handed him a photograph of her own daughter. Anderson put it in his pocket. He drove Midsi past her own school later that day. She saw the police cars. She saw her classmates standing on the sidewalk. She pressed her face against the window. No one looked at the car. No one saw her. She understood then that being close to rescue meant nothing if no one knew where to look. That same night, Anderson drove to an industrial area, away from houses and streetlights. He unchained Midsi's leg. He made her climb into the driver's seat. He stood outside the car. Then he raped her. She later testified that she did not cry. She refused to give him that satisfaction. Instead, she looked through the window at the stars. She prayed out loud. She asked God to tell her family she loved them. She did not sleep afterward. She lay awake, memorizing every detail of the car's interior, the torn upholstery, the empty cigarette packs, the keys hanging from the ignition. She decided that if she survived, she would remember everything. She would be able to describe him. She would be able to point at him in a courtroom. That decision saved the next victim, because the next victim did not exist yet. August 12th arrived with a mistake that Anderson never saw coming. He drove to his former workplace in Napa. He went inside to ask for a heavy-duty garbage bag. A colleague later told police that Anderson seemed nervous. When Anderson returned to the car, he leaned through the passenger door. He dropped a key ring on the floorboard. He told Midsi not to look. Then he walked away. She waited 5 seconds. She leaned over. The key ring held several small keys. She picked one. She slid it into the padlock. It turned. The lock opened. Her legs buckled when she climbed out the window. She had not eaten in 2 days. She staggered toward the street. Anderson saw her. He screamed at her to come back. She did not look behind her. She walked as fast as her body would allow. Cars passed Midsi on the road. She waved both arms. No one stopped. She heard Anderson's footsteps getting closer. A white truck appeared ahead. She stepped directly into its path. The driver slammed on his brakes. His name was Carl Tafua. He had not planned to take that route that morning. He had made a wrong turn 2 blocks earlier. Midsi climbed through his window. She jumped over his lap and landed in the passenger seat. She told him she had been kidnapped from Vallejo. Tafua looked in his rearview mirror. A car pulled out of the parking lot at high speed. He wrote down the license plate number. Then he called 911. Police arrested Curtis Anderson within 10 hours. Midsi identified him without hesitation. She told detectives about the chain, the photographs, and the rape. She was 8 years old. The trial lasted 4 weeks in April 2001. Midsi walked to the witness stand carrying a teddy bear. The courtroom was full. Anderson sat in a wheelchair. He did not look at her. The prosecutor asked detailed questions. Midsi answered every single one in a clear voice. She pointed at Anderson. She described the Polaroid photographs. She described the chain. The jury deliberated for less than 3 hours. The judge sentenced Curtis Anderson to 251 years in prison. From his cell, he confessed to killing Amber Swartz Garcia. He claimed 13 additional victims but refused to give their names or burial locations. He died in 2022. Midsi Sanchez started a foundation. She teaches children how to recognize danger. She meets every truck driver who stops to help a stranger. She tells them the same words, "You are my hero."